Are recording.
Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Alchemy. Well, we're doing beer alchemy. So we have the Mill Street Cobblestone Stout, and we have this cider, which I hated immensely, the Sir Isaac cider from Perrycombe. Now, there's isinglass in this, which is fish bladder oil. Ingredients: fermented Canadian pear juice. Not from concentrate, excuse me. Hops and sulfite. Oh wait, sorry, sugar and sulfites. Why did I say hops? Because I'm an idiot. Sugar and sulfite. So you wanted to talk about this quickly, so there you go.
Alright, I don't want to get sued over this, but it says 8th generation Niagara fruit grower. And then it talks about Sir Isaac Brock. And I just want to say that 200 years ago, the Niagara frontier was not very well known for its fruit industry, let alone its wine industry. The area in which they grow wine now, 200 years ago, was a swamp, which makes it great for growing wine or growing grapes now. But fruit was imported later on as a result of the populace realizing that the area is actually a really good area to grow fruit in, but a lot of that is imported. So when I hear something like they've been growing fruit here for 8 generations, I'm going, I don't think we have been growing fruit here for 8 generations to brew beers and shit out of. So maybe they've lived here for 8 generations, but I don't think they were farming fruits for brewery for 8 generations.
Let's see what happens when you have a history freak.
Freak.
I watched you shoot a musket.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, give you...
That is very light.
a half a cup of that. You don't... well, you can sniff it if you want. I probably
Wow,
wouldn't,
that's
but-
really clear.
It's a cider.
A very light cider. Usually they're like a...
Remember, isinglass.
yeah.
You want to try some of that cider?
Do you want to drink it out of here or here?
Whichever you want.
We'll drink it out
We'll
of
give,
here.
we'll give the rest of the can to Sam so she can have some fish bladder oil.
Yeah.
And I don't know
Good
of
for
any
ya.
Okay, now
200-year-old ingredients from the area.
Oh, that had some, like, anger to it. Oh, I can...
We're making a black and tan.
you know what? I didn't even have to layer it for it to do the job properly. You know, most times you have the spoon and you...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was just dumped on top and
Yep.
it sat nicely. So, the one thing about this stout over Guinness, say, when we had a can of Guinness, I should have used the Guinness instead, is that this is true head and it's going to take forever to go away. So we're just going to sit here for a bit.
Yeah.
Where's Sam's glass? We can make her men.
Yeah.
over
We
there.
can talk about, where is it? Oh, there it is.
Got it. Oh, there we go. Oopsie.
We can talk about the cider recipes I haven't seen that are 200 years old. No?
Cider recipes.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in the region.
He was just growing fruit. He wasn't making cider.
Get it right, man.
Well, they had fruit in the area, and the French, during the French occupation like that. But
Oh, I think I've got...
the area was known as the Black Swamp.
No, I
notice?
just tilted yours so that it actually poured properly. Get the meniscus going. Alrighty. Can you smell anything through the head? Actually, you can.
Flies.
I smell that horrible, horrible cider.
It is really strong. I don't mind cider though.
No, I don't. I actually like cider, but I
Yeah.
hate that cider.
I like the fact that they got Isaac Rock on the front. That's kind of cool.
I mean, it looks nice. It actually,
Check that out, camera.
when you pour it and you let the head hit, like when you actually let the nitrogen hit it,
Very
it
nice.
goes nicely. When you do it on its side, like most people pour it, then it doesn't. It actually fully mixes up. Like hers is fully mixed up, or
Like
ours
this.
isn't. But she also doesn't have the head because we didn't do the vigorous pour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it smells like the cider. It looks great. Let's try it.
I had a mouthful of foam. And cider. Okay, that's what I'm smelling. It's extremely cidery.
Yeah. It's almost as if the cider completely and utterly pushed the stout out of the way. I mean, it's a nitrogen stout, so it's a draft stout. It's not going to have all that much flavor to begin with. Let's add some more. But I mean, like I said, this stout was made to compete with Guinness and Murphy's, so it's not made to have a strong flavor. But you're still not getting any coffee or chocolate out of it. Really. Well, a tiny touch of chocolate and coffee.
Yeah. Tiny, tiny bit.
But the
I don't
cider's
mind.
overpowered it.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Got a nice
That's a combination of the
mustache
foam
going
and
on.
the cider.
Yeah, still, the cider's overpowered.
Yeah.
And the cider isn't a very good cider. The cartoon loves that cider. That's why we had so many cans of it. He brought over several cans of it. And I don't. Everybody has their own personal opinion. That's fine. But I don't like the cider. I don't find it a very good cider. As a mixture, it isn't even very good, which is weird because this usually makes a really good drink when you mix it. I don't know.
I wish I could review each on their own. But what I'm going to tell you right now, from...
Well, there's some of that left that you can try.
Okay, but from just tasting this, right, the Sir Isaac is punching me in the face as a cider.
And you tried the cider on its own.
Yeah, and it's a hit. And, almost a physical hit. And then mixing it with this doesn't do very much. So,
Try it. See, I've had them both on their own, so I know what I'm...
it's a nice stout. And that would actually mix well with a lot of
A lot
drinks.
of the things
A
we
lot of
mixed it
ciders,
with
yeah.
went out well, but this cider just took it over.
Yeah.
And we even added more cider to it. More Guinness, more Cobblestone to it. And it still couldn't even take some of the taste away.
Yeah.
So Sir Isaac's Perry is just super strong. It's probably one of the most overpowering pear ciders I've had in a long time.
Hence Sir Isaac.
But is it a good mix? No, I wouldn't drink this again. I'd give this mix a 4.
You know what, I'm going to give it a 5. Because I do like ciders. And I do like hard-hitting ciders. And I do like to mix my ciders. So I would buy it again. I would buy it. Yeah, I'll give it a 5.
Alrighty, so a 5 and a 4. I'm not going to chug it.
No, me either. I'd
You know what?
enjoy
I
it.
will.
I'm not going to do that. I went through a phase at the bar where all I bought was ciders. And it would last me all night, and I'd buy like 3 ciders.
Yeah, don't chug it.
No, I'm not
You'll
gonna
have
chug
gas later.
Bye.
it. Bye, YouTube.